Me. Wakes up. Acerthorn uploaded. Day ruined. Well, hello there. I didn't expect to have to make another video on this guy, especially not after he's suing me for $1.8 million. You can check more details on that in the description, but I'm not gonna get there. But he recently put out a video. He explained that his response to SidAlpha that he was so proud about, is cancelled, and here's why. And I have a few problems with this video because they are very revealing about his mindset. Now, I want you to keep in mind while we watch this, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing, I'm just not gonna do that, but I just want you to keep in mind that while we watch this, he has an apology video, a very poorly made apology video, in which he doesn't actually apologize, and he says that he will remove some strikes from other people. I just want you to remember that little aspect while we get into this. So, without further ado, grab your Jack Daniels and the biggest glass you have around, or just drink from the bottle if you prefer, and let's take a peek at what Acerthorn has to say in this video. And just as a post-editing thing, I had to lower his audio to 15% because he still doesn't know how to audio balance. Thank you very much.
And the reason it's been locked for so long is because some motherfucker by the fictional name of Bibby Fazy, had decided that he was going to issue a bunch of completely bullshit DMCA takedowns against me. He submitted 10 of them in 3 batches, so I got 3 strikes, and if I had...
In case you're wondering, yes, I did have to edit that because he breathes in real deep every 3 seconds. And I also had to edit the screen around a little bit to make sure that he doesn't just put up some bullshit DMCA reason and YouTube takes it down without even verifying. But on to the DMCA issue. Now, I don't support false DMCAs. I do not support it, but it's very difficult to feel bad when you get a taste of your own medicine, except this time in spam. It's very difficult to feel bad for Acerthorn receiving spam DMCA strikes when he got Artemis's channel taken down over a video that only had a meme picture of his face on screen, something that looks more or less like this that you see on screen right now. So to hear him complain about bullshit DMCA takedowns, while I do agree that they are bullshit, it's actually kind of hilarious, I will say that, but alas, let's cut the breathing and continue.
And although I countered them immediately, I still had to wait out the 10 business days because my channel was still gonna get locked and disabled.
Oh, boo fucking who. The false DMCA guy had to wait a few days for the videos to come back. Oh, fuck me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fucking hell. No. It's not the guy who's trying to extort me for money. $200 minimum, if not $1.8 million, is complaining about having to wait 14 days for YouTube to review the strike. Shut the fuck. But you see that concern, Acerthorn? You see that concern that you've had? This is what you're doing to other people. This is what you're doing to Artemis. Also, Acerthorn, pro tip, in case you haven't realized, the intent was not to take your channel down. It was to either bait you into giving false information or inconsistent information in your reply to the DMCA takedown, which will result in the YouTube bot deleting your channel if it detects it too much, or to get your information. I'm not saying that I support this, by the way, I'm just giving you a pro tip. When somebody spam strikes you, this is to verify that your information's actually legit and to get your information. So, well, now you see why Artemis didn't want to do to fight back against your DMCAs, because then they would have to give you their information. So yeah, I don't know why I'm informing Acerthorn of this. He attributes me to, he says that my harassment and doxing that I've totally done and you can't point to. He says I have unclean hands just because I'm in a Discord thread, so I don't know why I'm trying to give him a heads up. Shit, I guess I'm just too much of a nice person.
To announce that the response stream that I said I was gonna do, decided not to do it after all. And this wasn't just a whim decision. Like when I first announced it, that was less than 24 hours after SidAlpha had posted his video about me, his heavily slanderous video about me that was basically took a lot of stuff from my past, stripped it of a lot of nuance and context just to make me look like the shittiest person possible.
Arrival? Of the excuses, that is. You see what he did here? He instantly went from, oh, I just cancelled that video that I believe to be heavily slanderous, accusing SidAlpha of removing all the context to his past just to make him seem like a bad person. Now, this is proof right here that he watches the video but doesn't actually listen. In case you don't want to sit through a fucking hour of content, basically, SidAlpha brings up some of the things that were shared on the Acerthorn Pinata bashing thread just to put things into perspective. And this is because Acerthorn attributes simply mentioning these things to bad faith. He attributes us mentioning that he tried to sue the state of Texas for $5 trillion, which is an example of him not actually understanding the law, by the way, in case you haven't clued into that. And then he tries to claim that the mere mention of it, the lack of context, whatever that context may be, makes it slanderous. And no, that's not what SidAlpha's doing. SidAlpha is posting that shit as a fuck you because you have actually taken people down, or threatened to take them down, myself included, for simply mentioning these things. He uses them as examples, Acerthorn. He uses them as very simple, very clear fucking examples. Is it slanderous of me to mention that you are trying to extort me for money to stop this ridiculous lawsuit 1,000 times larger than the remaining savings I have for university? Is it slanderous of me to mention your past lawsuits as an example that you do not understand how court systems work? Is it doxing on my part to mention that you think that we are searching for your name out of spite when in fact you have in the past advertised your real name on your YouTube channel? Of course it's not, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of that. He is just hoping that the few people, the very, very few people, that still trust him, that still enjoy his content, that still believe what he says, are not going to actually check the video. Or if they do, he wants them to go in with this bias in mind, which will lead to them unconsciously dismissing some of the points and some of the very obvious things that are right in front of them. That is bad faith. That is being a malicious actor, because the video of SidAlpha was very simply reporting with very few opinion pieces scattered here and there. And I think he realized that. Which is why he actually thought about canceling his response. I hope you're not drunk already, because it only gets worse from here. It only gets more cringe and depressing from here to see his mindset, to see that this is the mindset of the person who has the entire savings of a person, who has the livelihoods, the actual livelihoods of multiple people in his hands right now because they cannot fight. I'm supposed to be going to bed for fucking university, and instead I'm recording this just out of a sense of duty. Fucking kill me. Another post-reporting thing. Now, you saw that breathe in? Yeah, imagine that every 3 seconds or less. Now do you see my pain?
So I decided to reach out to some of my biggest, supporters. Not necessarily Patreon supporters, but, just...
Yet another post-recording thing. I have already cut out nearly 25 seconds of him either breathing in, gagging, or whatever the fuck this is. And he just babbles on for ages, so I'm just gonna skip to the point. Hey Acerthorn, you want some actual criticism, for your videos? You want some of that? Stop doing this shit. Your video could literally be half the fucking runtime if you just simply cut out moments where you did this, or shit.
So, yeah, basically it was an invite-only poll, except that it wasn't even a poll.
Fucking English 100, what the hell?
I asked these people, should I make the response livestream like I was originally going to? Response to SidAlpha, that is. And 75% who I invited to that poll because I actually gave a shit about what they thought, said no, don't rise to the bait.
Okay, so you see what he did here. I know I'm censoring the screen a lot of the time. I'm trying to bypass YouTube's shitty scanning. But the question is, should I make the response livestream like I was originally going to? One answer is yes, make your side of the story publicly heard. And the second answer is no, don't rise to the bait. You see what he did here? He is trying to get out of it. Says, should I make the response livestream? But at no point does he add the option to say that he should address it either way. I fucking told you that he realized that he wouldn't be able to publicly respond to it. Also, what is this percentage? How many people did you actually invite to this? 4? 8? Something like that? Because 75 to 25%. Damn, dude. That's either a pretty unified community, or on the opinion, or this is just you being fucking disingenuous with your question and your presentation of it. Again, as you usually do. First, you made the poll invite only, then you make a question in which there is no option to say address it in some form, and then you present it like this. What a disingenuous prick. Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes, I guess. Acerthorn being disingenuous, who could have fucking guessed, and trying to escape the criticism because he knows he just would bury himself even more if he tried to address SidAlpha's very straightforward video. Also, good job not rising to the bait. Don't rise to the bait, and then you make a video where you claim that SidAlpha was being slanderous and you give no backing towards it. Very good job not rising to the bait, you fucking Snorlax cosplaying piece of shit.
And of course, I also was going to take my own personal thoughts into consideration. And my own personal thoughts on the matter are as follows. That, no matter what I say or do on this channel, nothing, absolutely nothing I say or do, no matter how many sources I provide, no matter how thoroughly I explain my points, nothing is going to make you even slightly reconsider your position.
Well, shit, is Acerthorn talking to a mirror? Because this is the exact problem we have with him. SidAlpha makes a long video, Kritosis makes 2 long videos, I make whatever the fuck I'm doing at this point, trying to do this exact thing, explain the points, and he doesn't listen. He did this as well in his apology video where he said he'd retract strikes. He didn't, by the way. He said that, oh, you could have just explained it. We were explaining it the whole time. And it's almost like if you are taking down Artemis's channel over that picture of you with a knife, obviously photoshopped. It's almost like taking her channel down for that. At that point, we don't give a shit. It's almost like we shouldn't have to explain that a video with a picture of your face and using that as a pretext to take someone down isn't okay, isn't legal, isn't gonna be right in any fucking way, shape, or form. It's almost like we don't have to explain that suing someone for $1.8 million, then trying to extort them using their fear against them is fucking illegal. But ignoring those, we tried to explain it to you. We tried to explain it, that you trying to DMCA Kritosis' 10-hour stream over a meme that was on screen of just your bedroom and the fat guy from South Park, for being on screen for 1 fucking minute. It isn't right. We tried to explain this to you. I tried to explain this to you. I tried to explain that the clip you are now taking me to court for, the 10-second clip where you admit that you are okay with impersonation because they are paying you money, is vital to the point of the entire video. I tried to explain that to you. Kritosis tried to explain that to you. SidAlpha made a whole fucking hour-long video to explain it to you. And you just don't listen. Besides, we did actually listen to your points. I watched your entire 2-hour long video of you explaining fair use and getting so many things wrong and putting so many words in other people's mouths that, oh boy, oh shit. But we dismissed them because they are not good arguments. Artemis accepted that she was wrong when you took down her original video responding to you. There's an example of her agreeing with you that she was actually in the wrong. But are you gonna mention that? Of course not. Are you gonna mention the fact that we tried to explain this to you? Of course not. Are we gonna mention anything at all that doesn't fit your fucking narrative? Of course we're not gonna mention that. No, you're just gonna continue being a disingenuous prick, and this is why people cannot take you seriously. It is why that you still believe that I have bad malice, but unclean hands, or however the fuck you put it. I don't, but it's why I cannot take you seriously anymore. I cannot. I really cannot, and it's why a lot of people can't. Ignoring your past, ignoring your dad stabbing incident, ignoring all of that. I cannot take you seriously, and people will not take you seriously when you misrepresent them, put words in our mouths, try to extort us, and then take us to court for being in a Discord thread, using your thumbnail as a reference to your channel, and a 10-second clip, or taking down people's channels for your face, or even, well, whatever this is on screen. SidAlpha just posted this on Twitter. Oh, I'll let you reach your own conclusions, dear viewer.
All you're going to do is respond by saying, fuck you, you're wrong.
How civil of you. Yet, there's a problem here. You are yet to post a source that says extortion is legal, or, taking down people, filing DMCA against them is okay over your face. Where's the source saying that your face is copyright? Exactly? I'm waiting.
When I make my arguments, I back up my arguments with sources, objective sources, like the Supreme Court.
Yes, and then you misrepresent the entire situation to make it seem like you're in the right, like you did to Ian Corzine, the YouTube lawyer. You come up with sources saying that if the video is solely designed to harass and dox, then it's not fair use, but then that begs the question, is the video actually designed to harass and dox, which none of these videos that I've seen so far are. It doesn't fucking matter how many sources you cite if you are misrepresenting the entire situation, saying that I'm harassing and doxing you, yet being unable to point to a single fucking part of the video, or my behavior, where I actually do that, then I'm sorry, I don't give a shit what sources those are. You're wrong.
It's clear that those people who decide to not like me are not going to be persuaded by anything except a judgment of the courts. In fact, they're not even going to be persuaded, per se, by that, but then again, they won't have a choice in the matter.
Fucking bold of you to assume that the court is going to take you seriously when you demand that YouTube, Google, Discord all police my future actions on the internet, which, by the way, is illegal. They said as much in the response to you. You've seen those papers, yet you're acting like they don't exist. Bold of you to assume that the courts are also going to be in your favor when you ask a Portuguese person for $1.8 million and then demand that a US court use its jurisdiction over the Portuguese Republic because I used a 10-second clip and a fucking image which contained your thumbnail. Get fucked. Another post-recording thing here. I noticed that I sound a little self-centered here in the situation, as if he's addressing only me. I would just like to clarify that I was very tired when doing this, and I was using my situation as an example, not trying to make it all about myself. So sorry if it passed off like that.
I'm still going to be issuing these DMCA takedowns. There was a video a while back that I did on stream because where I said that the recent Supreme Court case of Google versus Oracle had caused me to reconsider my position. I have considered it. I have reconsidered it, and now that I've actually given it some due consideration, I've decided that I'm still entitled to issue a lot of the takedowns that I issued.
He fails to mention the other half of the topic of that video, which is, once again, if you kept it in mind, it is the fact he said he would be retracting the strikes. And you even noticed that he said there, a lot of the DMCAs, not all of them, yet he has not removed a single strike. I'd just like to point that out. He hasn't removed a single strike, and because of this, Artemis's channel has now been lost forever. The original one, that is. And he claims to have reconsidered it, but the behavior hasn't changed. You're still taking me to court for it. You're still taking a lot of people down. You're still issuing threats. Just today, as of recording, you sent just Emmy 2 or 3 fucking strikes on Twitch. And you even accused Emmy of violating your rights because she did to you what you were about to do to SidAlpha, and for some reason you cancelled it? What? You haven't learned a damn thing. He says he's reconsidered it. No, he fucking hasn't. And that's where I'm gonna stop here. This is the mentality of the guy that now has my entire life in money in his hands, per se. This is the mentality of the guy that is threatening so many people, that is taking down so many people, that it is really getting tiresome to keep updating the list of the people he's DMCA'd or threatened on Twitter. The list I put on Twitter. It's getting really fucking tiresome. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope that my constant editing and jump cuts made it a little bit more watchable and tolerable. So yeah, now you can see why we hate this guy. You can see it. He is a disingenuous prick. He lies, he manipulates, he misrepresents, and then when he even considers the idea that some people may still take issue with it, he just says, "You're butthurt. Fuck you. You're wrong." He does the same things he accuses other people of. If he accuses you of doxing, remind him that he literally paid people to dox someone. Initiative Cookie. Remind him if he claims illegal activities on your part. Remind him that he's extorting people and abusing the DMCA system. Also, one last thing that I just thought of. I'm not going to edit this bit. But he just said, we can take it up in court. He does realize that, in case you don't know, he files his documents in forma papyrus, or however you pronounce it. And in case you don't know, that's basically poverty lawsuits. That's basically suing someone for little to no cost. And because this guy's on state benefits and works washing dishes or something, he doesn't really see the issue. But we do. I'm a university student, as is Echo, I think. Jesus Christ. My schedule doesn't even permit me to get a part-time job. And he thinks that he can just take people to court for impossible amounts of money because this is all about a money grab. He doesn't actually care about the ethics of any of this or whether it's legal or not. It's just a money grab. That's all it is. That's all it has ever been. And this has just proven it even more. How he fails to even do anything. He even says here, he says that most of the strikes, or a lot of the strikes, were justified. Well, what about the ones that weren't? Why haven't you removed them? Why are you still taking me to court over it? Why is Artemis's channel now permanently deleted? Why are you threatening SidAlpha over it? Oh, that's right. Because SidAlpha emailed you and insulted you. Right. That's why you haven't done the right thing. Get fucked, Acerthorn. Also, since Acerthorn keeps insisting that we are all harassing and doxing him, I'm gonna leave this here. Dear Acerthorn,
I know where you live.